Everybody's got an opinion. Every Californian and Virginian. It's so hard to tell who to trust and who to ignore. Someone's gotta settle the score. Trey and Chelsey will help you choose whose views win, which ones lose. Online haters are coming for you. Baby, it's time to review the review.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Oh my God. Who are we today? Who are we today?
No, it's me. It's Trey, your RQT. I just felt like making a funny voice. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Review That Review, the podcast dedicated to reviewing
Reviews. We're just like Siskel and Ebert, only instead of reviewing cinematic masterpieces, we rate and review those hilarious, scathing, and sometimes suspicious online reviews.
That's Chelsey Donn.
And that's Trey Gerrald.
And together, we are
The Review Queens.
Hey, Chelsey. Let me just
Hi.
get a quick drink from my
Beautiful. The light is shining, so we can't really see it. Back up. Back it up now.
Wait, how do they do it on
Oh yeah, with your palm.
I can't even.
Patreon, I apologize.
I got in the mail today a present.
Yes.
And it was from Chelsey. It's some merch for this very podcast.
And it's really, I mean, contrary to the lack of what you can see,
It's so sad that you can't.
I know. It's just like, because it's engraved, it's like engraved into it. And so it's light. But there we go. Review That Review. Water bottles, sponsored by My Need to Drink Water.
How's your week been, my friend?
My week has been good. My week is good. We had a full moon on Saturday.
Okay,
So
Diana G, very hexy, old world witchery.
Listen, I'm no Diana G. I'm all white light and good karma and good blessings for all. But with that in mind, I decided to take advantage of this energy that we were having, and I went to a sound healing on Saturday.
Oh, right. Tell us about it.
It was great. It was amazing at Roxy Sound Healing. I found her over COVID and started going to her full moons and new moons pretty regularly via Instagram, which sounds weird, but is actually amazing. If you have headphones, you can get a real incredible experience. So I just fell in love with her and what she does. And she was having an in-person COVID safe full moon sound healing. And I thought, I got to go to this. And so I went, which was great, but it was the first time I left Goldie alone.
Uh-oh, what happened?
She was fine, thank God. I left her in the bathroom. I gave her a whole setup. She seemed kind of upset. And when I first got home, she wasn't like that excited to see me, which I was, that's like part of the benefit of leaving a dog is the excitement of, them greeting you at the door. So we got to train her, but I'm glad I did it. And it was great. How was your week, Trey?
Oh, my week was good. I did not have a sound healing experience, but
No.
I did take my nephew. He left this morning to go back to military school. But I took him to get like a controller for his Xbox, and on the way in, a person called me a faggot. So that was really fun.
Stop.
But it led to
wait. On the way in to the military school?
No.
Oh,
no,
on the way to where? No, the GameStop to get the extra controller.
Correct. Yeah. It was, but it led to a great conversation with my nephew afterwards. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was fun. I
in
love
Jersey?
That. In Jersey, of all places.
God
it's like there's intolerant people everywhere. But otherwise, it's been great. We had a wonderful summer with our nephew Denver, and David shot a whole wedding all yesterday, and then came home and drove Denver to the airport at 4 a.m. and stayed with him to walk him onto the plane.
Such a match.
I know. So as I was coming in here to start recording, he just had his head back on the couch, and he was like, "I'm tired," and I was like,
"Yeah,
why?
I wonder why. Why could you possibly be tired? You superhuman, you."
That's right.
I
Anyway,
love your husband.
as do I.
Great guy. Amazing.
Well, how about we jump into some horrible kvetchy things? Chelsey,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but is there anything you would like to
Lodge a complaint
about?
I mean, I think you do know me, and you know that my answer is going to be yes, because this is the highlight of the week, being able to get something off my chest. And since we're here, let's talk about it. Spam calls. What's going on? What is going on with the spam calls? Like, they're just happening more and more lately. I don't appreciate many of the tactics. Like, one, creating a phone number that's similar to my own. First of all, where's the logic in that? Like, can you, like, if I see a phone number calling that's similar to my own, do you think I'm going to be like, I'm calling myself? What is the logic in the sending me a spam call from a number that is like 2 digits off from my number?
Well, my dad and I are one number off.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's, or they're hoping that I'm going to think it's like a family member. Whatever. Gross.
Wait, do you have a Philly, or do you have a Philly area code or an LA?
I have South Jersey, so Cherry Hill.
So you really
Area.
know, right? Because I
so
also
I
have,
know.
I have a
Yes.
South Carolina. So I
Yeah,
know.
I'm well aware. Every person with an 856 area code who is calling me, I pretty much like know who you are. So
Yeah, me too. Anyone that calls me from 803, I know is spam.
Yeah.
Because no one with that, anyone that has that area
anyone
code
that has
is
that
programmed.
is saved in my phone. So if you have a
Exactly.
rogue 856, then I don't know you. And then the other thing that is just egregious is, you know, when you get a spam call and then they leave you a message and they make it seem, sometimes it's robotic, which is whatever, but sometimes it's a person and they're literally like, hi, this is Amy from you owe us a lot of money.com, and feel for you, you're going to want to give us a call, because if you don't by the end of the day, then things are really not going to be good for you. I mean, like, why? Like, why, Amy? Like, why are you doing that? Like, it's like, if Meter Maid was a bad job, being a spam caller that fakes messages has just made the Meter Maids like my Royal Highness. Like, I don't.
That
I
is
don't
an interesting
understand.
profession. Yeah, I wonder.
Somebody's doing it, right?
Someone
Somebody
is,
has
yeah.
to be doing it. I mean, I bet you the job is listed on Craigslist. I'm not looking. Anyway, spam calls, like, enough. And I block them too. Still happens every day. If anyone knows like what I can do to get off of these spam rotations, please let me know.
Well, that is the thing. There used to be like a federally whatever list, but it expired.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why they've been picking up?
Yeah, I don't think I'm making this up. I think there was something in the last presidential election. There was something with like that whatever expired, and I don't know, but it wasn't that's done. Yeah, I believe.
I mean, I think we have other fish to fry at the moment. So like somebody maybe forgot to file the paperwork, but hopefully that mandate will come back.
I mean, I tell you, it is so obnoxious. I actually have an app. Oh, you just reminded me. I have an app called Robo Block. Oh no, Robo Killer.
Okay. Does it work?
Works so well that whenever we have meetings for our SEO people, they can't get through.
Wow.
I have to turn it off.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, I'll try that. How about you, Trey?
Okay.
What kind of complaint do you want to lodge?
This is so weird, Chelsey.
What?
Because I don't know if you can see, but I literally wrote down my complaint.
Spam texts. Oh my God. Stop it.
That is like, really weird.
Mind meld.
When you said spam calls, my mouth literally dropped.
I thought when you did that, I was like, I wonder if he also put down spam calls.
Well, I literally was like, am I going to have to? I was like listening to you the whole time, like, is she about to say text? Is she about to say text? Because you were like, the tactics they take that. And I was like, oh my, is she going to say text? Okay.
No, I'll leave that to you.
Do you get spam texts?
All the time.
What is that?
No,
it's
they're
so obnoxious.
They're also mean, because the ones that I get are always like, want to lose 200 pounds. And I'm like, maybe, but like.
Well, I get erectile dysfunction. texts.
Yeah,
I
that's not
also
great.
I do occasionally get like learn how to make Kim K squirt, and I'm like, you obviously don't know your audience here.
That's amazing.
I also get like it's like random, like, oh, I constantly get text messages about auto insurance. I don't have a car.
I know. I get, yeah. No, I know. I mean, I get things like that too. You're just like, where are you even finding me?
I think it is when we sign up for like mailing lists or anything online when you give your phone number. I think it is in those cookies. We're like agreeing. Yeah, because not everyone like vows to not share your information.
Right.
Yeah.
What shady people.
It might be the cell phone companies when we sign up for that.
I mean, let's just blame it on them.
I mean, I just hate it. Don't contact me if I did not give you my number.
Right. Like, you do not have permission to text me and give me weight loss advice unsolicited. How dare you?
I don't want to do business over text message.
No.
Get out of here.
No, get out. How dare you? Truly.
All right. Anyway, whatever. So let's do a harsh let's do a Swedish pivot. Chelsey.
Oh yes. I think
But-
we should do this. I was trying to find my crown. I wanted to put my crown on and I couldn't find it. Sorry. I distracted myself.
It's okay. What's another
I liked that. That was good. I
I
just
have a
didn't
good
pick it up.
segue.
All right, hold on. Where are we?
There's your crown. Okay.
My crown is here. And then
Okay, enough of spam. Enough of spam. Okay, enough of the spam talk. Why don't we get some of those huge rolly carts and go down some Swedish aisles? Chelsey, are you ready to go head to head?
I mean, I've never felt more ready for anything in my life.
Good. So, as you all know, Chelsey and I are your trusty review queens. We bring you reviews from the internet that we feel need to be inspected.
We dissect the nitty gritty.
And then we rate on a scale from 1 to 5 crowns. It's a very regal process called
Assess that kvetch.
And today, listener queens, we're bringing you yet another Versus episode.
Oh my God, it's true. That's right. It's another special edition episode.
As you know, because we have titles, but it's still
true.
fun to announce it. So today we are going to cover both a 1-star and a 5-star review on the same topic or business in an effort to sleuth out the real truth that oftentimes is disguised right in the middle of all the lies. We are going to find the truth today.
Yeah, or I mean, at least we're going to try. Okay, that's right. For this Versus episode, Trey has selected the 5-star and I selected the 1-star. So to determine who reads first, we got to flip that quarter. Okay, I'm calling it.
You call it this time, right?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
And go.
Heads.
It's heads.
Oh my God. I think I'm like, what do you call it? I'm so bad at sports.
A referee.
No.
A goalie.
No. Undefeated? I'm so bad.
Wait, didn't I go first last time? Who cares?
I don't know. What was the word I was looking for?
O&O.
When you don't lose, you've never lose.
Undefeated.
Undefeated. Wow. We got to cut that. That's.
Chelsey, you won. Congratulations. It's heads.
I can't believe I won. I feel like I'm a little bit psychic because every single time I guess, I feel like I've guessed right. Have I ever guessed wrong?
I don't know because I guessed last time, but I am glad that you're going first because the last two have been 5 first. And I want to start with the 1. So here we go. Yeah. I'm going to get in line for some Swedish meatballs because Chelsey and I today are doing a 1 and 5 on the very what did I want to say? The very, what's a good description? We're doing a 1 and 5 of IKEA.
No.
What?
Wait, hold on. Where are we? I lost my spot in the script.
We're just at the top of
another Versus.
It's 3, page 3.
Okay.
I was riffing. This isn't on the page.
Okay, I was like, where is this?
All right.
Okay,
So why don't
intro us in.
Okay.
You want me to do it?
So Chelsey, all right. So that means Chelsey goes first.
True.
And today, listeners, once again, I don't know, why do we feel like we have to announce it? They can read it, but it's still fun for us in real time. So today we are going to get some wheelie carts. We're going to put our children in line for Swedish meatballs while we go loop-de-loop. We get lost in the chaos of this gorgeous white factory with a giant parking structure that is found all over the world, and it is called IKEA.
I just can't. I can't. I mean, just quick before we get into the reviews, I can't really go into an IKEA without feeling like I'm leaving an insane person. Because for whatever reason, when you go to an IKEA, you're there for like 13 hours. It's a full day.
Yeah, I like those little flipper doors that you can like sneak to another way.
What do you mean flippers?
They're little, like when you're going into like a kitchen, like at a restaurant, little doors on the hinges and you can flip through, like Western style.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
And all of a sudden you're in a totally new world.
And you're not in that lane that all the people are in because you're special.
Because you're special. Exactly.
All right, let's do it. Chelsey's first. Here we go.
Review that review.
All righty, here we go. So this is a 1-star review on Trustpilot of IKEA. Now, I will say this is like the general, I assume, dumping ground for all complaints related to IKEA internationally. So
correct.
This is where those kind of reviews will go. This review is written by Brian S.
I or a Y?
Oh, good question. Brian with an I. Last initial S is in Sam. All right, here we go. 1 star. Recently, by the way, just a couple months ago. Okay. How difficult can it be to buy 2 office chairs from this company? Order placed online for 2 office chairs, arrive at the Tottenham store collection point on the 10th, 50-mile round trip, but only 1 chair is available along with the arms for the other chair. The man handing over the delivery makes no mention of the fact that items are missing from my order. I take the 1 chair and additional set of arms home and call IKEA the next day to sort out the delivery for the missing chair. Wait on hold for 50 minutes whilst being tortured by ABBA played on loop. Finally, someone speaks to me and they confirm the missing chair will be delivered to my home address on the 16th, and a confirmation email is received from IKEA. Another email is received from IKEA today advising, so we're just getting in touch to remind you that your order, I have the order number 117633133, is still waiting for collection today. And we want to make sure it gets safely to its new home from their Tottenham store. I ignore this email as I know the chair is being delivered from Peterborough on the 16th. Then later today, I receive another email with an invoice attached, and the delivery date on the invoice is 3/20/2021. I call IKEA customer service to find out what I should do next. Do I A, go to the Tottenham store, B, wait in on the 16th as arranged, or C, ignore A and B and wait in on the 20th? Customer service can't find any documentation on the system regarding the Tottenham pickup or the delivery date of the 16th and confirm I should wait in on the 20th. The only reason I ordered these 2 chairs in the beginning was because they were both available for collection on the 10th. If you want a stress-free purchase, do not buy any furniture online from IKEA, unless, of course, you like listening to ABBA on loop and sitting on the floor until your furniture arrives. Update. IKEA have just emailed me without warning, confirming they have now canceled the rest of my order. I now have 1 chair and 2 sets of chair arms I don't want. Well done, IKEA. Stick to the pork meatballs for everyone's sake, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brian.
Brian, don't you feel for Brian?
I really feel for Brian. It does make me question. I feel like here in the, I don't know where Tottenham is. I wrote that down because I want us to like guess.
I
where
might
that
have been
is.
saying that wrong. Could be Tottenham. I'm not sure.
Tote and ham. It's like you have ham in your tote.
Yeah, but there is TOTT. I'm not sure.
It feels to me like it would be like in the UK, but then they referenced that it was miles away. Wouldn't they say kilometers?
Well, interesting, because I thought it sounded like UK too. And then when they wrote out the address, I'm sorry. And then when they wrote out the date that they said that the invoice had changed it to the 20th, they wrote 20/3/2021. So that's not an American thing. So I would say this is not American.
Correct. But it's interesting they said miles.
Miles.
Well,
Maybe they're like an American abroad.
I also like the phrasing of wait in.
Yeah.
Another clue, it's not an American.
Right.
But that really is like what's actually like why I think this is ringing as
authentic.
Yes. And like this could be a common experience, because that is what is so frustrating about when you have a delivery window. And this was my original point that I got off topic on, is like,
yeah,
I believe that in America, IKEA has like they don't do the delivery. It's like you have to like outsource the delivery like through their website, but it isn't. I don't know. It's confusing to me. It isn't like you're just buying on Amazon and it's coming in an Amazon Prime truck.
Right.
But my point, wait in, because you'll have like a delivery window of like many hours. So then you really do have to like be at home in order to receive it. So I really felt for Brian S. here. And
he obviously reorganized his whole schedule so that he could be home on the 16th based on not 1, but 2 different emails. Not acceptable. It looks like, I was just trying to look up, it looks like it is in Europe, and it's something that like we would know if we were into soccer or what they call football, because it's like a thing.
Oh,
there's lots of like Tottenham versus Peterborough soccer football.
And Peterborough is where it was supposed to be the replacement was delivering from. I did have a question. So were the legs assembled to the chair, but the arms were not?
Oh, it must be, right? Because it appears that way, but I could be wrong. That like the chair, because otherwise it's like, what is a chair? You know, like
right.
It makes sense that the chair would be together and then you would like screw in the arms to me. So I feel like we had, you know, a base and 4 arms.
I feel like because, you know, IKEA is very specific in its design. It's like very sleek, modern. I imagine it's like one architectural structure and then you screw the arms on. Right.
Same. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I'm curious here. What is Brian's spelling and grammar like?
I think excellent. We utilize parentheses. We have lists.
You know why?
Like, why?
Because Brian was stuck at home.
Yeah.
On hold for 50 minutes listening to Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
Stuck at the computer. So Brian has time to see the little red squiggle.
Yeah.
Double click, see, you know, and fix.
And at least like let's give Brian so much credit, because I'm giving Brian all the credit. Like, despite the fact of the plot twists at the end where they just canceled the whole order, like, wow, what a plot twist. He ended, albeit angrily, because this was done all caps with multiple exclamation points when he said, well done, IKEA, stick to the pork meatballs for everyone's sake, please. At least he gave a nod to the pork meatballs.
It's interesting to me how famous the meatballs are. I mean, even I know about the meatballs.
I know. Everybody knows about the IKEA Swedish meatballs.
It is interesting to me that there was no record in the system
Right.
That makes me very confused. Also, the whole situation with IKEA is very much like you can walk through the showroom and then you go through the factory area and you're like selecting everything. So like it makes me a little alarmed. There is an impact here for me.
Right.
Having gone to IKEA and done this before, like so much is based on that the inventory is accurate.
Right.
Because
exactly.
If someone is like waiting in a really long line and they're like, you know what, I don't want this anymore, and they like just drop pieces here, then like the inventory is messed up. So like that is a huge problem that Brian chose these two chairs because they were a pair. And then when they came, they weren't even there. I think the first mistake is that the like receiving person just didn't acknowledge
just through the chairs and without the like. Do you think that, I do wonder about that, like do you think that was an error on the part of the person that was putting the delivery items in the car? Like they just forgot to include the second base? No, you think they just didn't have it and they were just like, screw it, we'll just
because where did it go? Like if when Brian got home and realized it wasn't there and called the original IKEA, like there's no record of it being anywhere. So unless the delivery person stole it, or like the like selecting,
because you think if they tracked it down and they saw it was still there, then they would have been like, just go back and pick it up. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, that's what I would imagine. I mean,
this is a nightmare situation with IKEA.
But it really does feel to me like this is an authentic experience and something that could totally happen.
Yeah.
Like I personally don't. Well, I've done both actually. I've ordered from IKEA. And I've also gone to IKEA, and yeah, I guess I do feel like the big like rug pull here is that Brian was not informed that it was the order that they were handed was incomplete. That's so like horrifying. And like,
but there's so many crimes that occurred, I feel like, throughout this whole process. Like that's just one of them. Then we're true. Like, then we give a date, then we send 2 emails confirming that date. We can't like, ugh, terrible.
And the 50-minute wait, that's terrible. And then it's canceled.
Yeah, and then it's canceled. Just no.
And then here's another question: do you think that on purpose IKEA plays ABBA?
Oh, for sure. Swedish.
I know, but like, it's just so on the nose.
I feel like IKEA doesn't mind. Like I think that the one thing I'll say, which is outside this review, that I respect IKEA, they really lean in to the Swedish. We got the Swedish, like those they names. Know that that's the shtick.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't pronounce anything.
Yeah, like it's the whole shtick. We can't pronounce the names, and we are getting the Swedish meatballs. We're in line, and of course the whole music is ABBA. I would be shocked if it weren't.
I mean, the ABBA thing was probably the only thing that was funny to me in this review. And I was not entertained. It makes me very upset. It makes me angry. It makes me feel taken advantage of. It makes me feel very badly. I am 100% on Brian S.'s side in this review. And like, as you were ending, I was like, what's the resolution? And then there's an update. And the update doesn't even have a resolution. It's canceled.
Well, the update,
what does that mean? Like what?
It means it's done. It means like game over.
But Brian has paid.
I'm assuming when they canceled it, they probably reimbursed him for the second chair. So now he just has these spare arms.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
You know?
Oh,
I mean, just egregious all around. Very upsetting. I think really valid. I think I liked the way that Brian S. took us through the journey of his experience. I agree. I didn't feel like he left too much meat on the bone. Like it was a longer review, but it wasn't like super fatty and bloated and like repetitive or anything like that. Like it was pretty succinct.
I think I can crown this.
Are you ready?
I think so. What about you?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
The queens are tabulating.
All right. So Chelsey and I each have our own set of 1 to 5 crown cards. And in an effort to be fair and not influenced by one another, we will simultaneously reveal our rating.
The queens are tabulating.
Okay, Chelsey, you ready?
I'm ready.
I think
Let's do
I'm
it.
like totally ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Total score.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm holding up 4 crowns. Oh, sorry. I'm holding up 4.5 crowns, and Trey is holding up 4 crowns.
I
All right, Trey.
almost did
You almost
4 and
went
a
for the
half.
half. Why
Yeah.
did you give Brian S 4 crowns?
I gave the 4 because it feels to me that Brian really did an excellent job of a review. They walked me through the experience. They emotionally engaged me. I feel for Brian. They didn't like degrade the company. They didn't use cuss words. They just walked through the experience and how it was so inferior. The only reason I took anything off is because there wasn't a lot of use of humor, and that's really it. That's why I almost did 4.5. But it also made me uncomfortable that Brian put the order number in the review, because that just made me feel like, I don't know, fraud could happen or something dangerous could happen. I recognize that it was canceled, but yeah, too much personal detail makes me uncomfortable. So I did 4 crowns. Why did you do 4.5?
I mean, I did 4.5 because I kind of think that Brian S is a review queen. I really liked Brian. I think he did, like, yeah, did he make me bowl over? No, he didn't. That's why I leave a half crown, because I need to, be extremely entertained in order to give the full 5 crowns. But other than that, I think I gave Brian S winning remarks on every category. So that's why he gets it. And then I love an insult in the end that's also a compliment. If you're somebody that can both insult and compliment at the same time, that deserves a nod. So for that alone, I thought it was the extra half crown for me. So Brian S, great job. And I hope you've recovered.
Yeah, I hope you have another chair and you made an art something with the
It's only been
arms.
a few months. So if you haven't recovered yet, I understand, but I think you will soon.
This is one of the first times the impact of this review makes me want to read more reviews from Brian, because I feel like Brian would not lead me astray, and I feel like I might sort of relate to Brian in a way.
I really like Brian a lot. I want to hang out with him. I feel like Brian's the guy that, if you have something going on in your life, it's like, ask Brian. He'll give you an honest assessment of the situation.
Well, we're fans of you, Brian.
Love you, Bri.
Love Bri. All right.
Bri, you're the best.
So we're going to keep felling over here about Brian as we go on a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to hear an entirely different side of the story.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait. Love it. BRB.
We're going to scream, Mamma Mia.
Here I go. Oh my God, we are going to scream Mamma Mia.
We'll be right back.
For Meryl.
The winner takes it all.
I don't feel like an icon. Most of the days I feel like I can't. That's with an A.
I can't believe we're talking about Mamma Mia, and now here we are with Meryl.
I mean, we always say that Meryl can do it all, but she can do it all, including Ava.
Yeah, including. All right, so it's time for us to take a quick spin on the Meryl-Go-Round.
Do we do the sound effect now?
Well, I already did it.
Oh, never mind. Oh, what? Okay. I know we did. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay. Here is the deal. Trey and I have each picked a rotten, scathing, pithy 1-star zinger, and with 30 seconds on the clock, not a second more, we'll take turns trying to recite the zinger in as many genres as possible.
Just like Queen Meryl, who Abba Bia. What? I tried to.
Abba Mia.
What is her name in that movie? Donna.
Donna.
Oh, I haven't even seen the movie. Just like Queen Meryl, who does it all.
Including all
Donna.
the Abba that's in Mamma Mia.
And all the husbands in Mamma Mia, all the possible suitors.
So many suitors. Okay.
That's
who's
a dirty
the father?
That's a
Who's the
dirty
dad?
plot. Yikes.
Right. Okay.
Anyway,
Trey,
at least Donna had fun. All right, so I'm first. All right.
Yes.
Enough about Mamma Mia. Did you see the
I mean,
second
never
one?
enough, but I think it was like on in the background while I was cooking once.
I feel like that's definitely a movie that would be on a plane.
Oh,
Okay,
for
anyway.
sure.
All right, so here we go. So today I am keeping with theme, and I have a 1-star zinger for IKEA in Brooklyn, New York.
In Brooklyn, New York.
This is from Pedro M.
Okay.
And their review is, their 1-star zinger is, don't like it at all.
Okay, Pedro.
Also,
Hearing you loud and clear.
Also, there's like 2 extra spaces between it and at all. And
That's my fave.
it has 3 ellipses, like an ellipse, a 3 ... at the end.
So we took lots of liberties with
Don't like it.
with our formatting. Don't like it at all. All right,
Okay.
keep that in mind, Trey, when you're doing your reading, okay?
What am I strapped in on?
Oh, well, can't really beat the wrecking ball magic 8-ball moment. Can't ever live that down. All right, Trey, I think you're strapped into, oh my goodness. What am I feeling today? God, I'm drawing a blank.
Please move at a glacial pace. You know how it thrills me.
All right, I think for today, you're trapped into like a train. It's like a Meryl-Go train. No, that's bad. Okay, you're today.
That's fun. The train.
Train. Today, Trey, you're strapped into the train, the Trey train.
Choo-choo.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I don't feel
Wrong one.
We're goofy today.
1, go!
Okay,
Melodrama.
we're gonna start over. We're starting over.
We are okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Choo choo.
3, 2, 1, go!
Melodrama.
Don't like it at all.
WWE.
I don't like it at all.
Rom-com.
I don't like it at all.
Magic show.
Don't like it at all.
Spy.
Don't like it at all.
Opera diva.
Don't like it at all.
1.
Mime.
that's all.
That's all. That's not all. That was freaking great is what that was. Let's say. 6. Wait, is that right?
It is.
Sorry. That's 6, Trey. Great job.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
amazing. Please take a sip of water from your beautiful new water bottle.
I can't wait to
While
see
I grab
what you get.
my zinger.
So as you find your zinger, I'm going to tell you that you're going to be strapping in on a
What is-
filing cabinet.
A flying filing cabinet.
No,
I
just a
always want
wheeling one
things. Oh, I'm going very slow.
on those coasters, the little roller coasters.
Okay, I'm down. I can get down with that. All right. Why do I always pick names that are hard to pronounce? So my 1-star zinger is from the IKEA in Burbank because I'm also on theme today. My review is written by Rajul E. And Rajul E says, very expensive furnitures, highway rubbery.
This is Rajul. How do you spell
This
it?
is Rajul, Raiul, Rajul E.
That's pretty.
That's it. He
All right. Are you ready? Are you gonna get on your filing cabinet?
I am strapped into the filing cabinet, filed under the letter
The
C.
wheelie coasters are WD-40, and you're gonna zoom, zoom, zoom on your
Let's-
mark.
Oh God, here we go. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
Adult film.
Very expensive furnitures, highway rubbery.
WWE.
Very expensive furniture's highway robbery.
Yankee.
Very expensive furniture's highway robbery.
Disney.
Very expensive furniture's highway robbery.
Opera diva.
Very expensive furniture's highway robbery.
Rubbery. Highway rubbery.
Oh God.
You got 5, my love.
Okay, you won, Trey. Good job.
Thank you.
Work. Great work. I
Oh,
knew mine was a
Rachel.
little bit on the longer side this week, but when I saw the highway robbery, I had to.
No, that was worth it. Oh, thank you, Rajul. Good
Thank you,
job.
Rajul. Great job, Trey. Congrats, you winner.
Review that review.
All right, we are back from that rousing game break, and it's Trey's turn.
I won. That was gross. I'm gonna cut that. Yay.
You can leave it.
All right, so we're back. That's so fun. And I'm so excited to share my review today. So I have
Nope.
I have the 5-star review, also
Yes.
from Trustpilot.com. And
Say
this
that
is-
again because I cut you off. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm very excited to be sharing the 5-star review for today's episode. I found this from Trustpilot.com as well. And this is from Robert L. And Robert's profile image is a pretty little kitty.
Oh, okay.
And this is the review. The subject is the small things that matter.
Okay.
Last week, I fell through my bed 3 times within a single night.
Oh no. Hey, you can
Pre-
start again. I'll prepare myself.
I don't know if I can say it again. Okay.
Should I mute?
No. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Okay. Okay.
The small things that matter. Last week, I fell through my bed 3 times within a single night. ... Parentheses. Well, 2 times, to be honest. The 3rd time, it was my GF. And since I was sleeping like a babe and never even woke up to notice her cursing and moving to the sofa, I really can't complain about that one, winky face. And no end parenthesis in sight. Anyway, turns out the slatted bed base wasn't broken, but simply shifted between the sides and fell down through the opening. Since the bed had been increasingly squeakish ever since I moved from my old apartment, I decided to check the screws to see if they were still all right. Imagine my surprise when I found that half of the screws were not there. Suddenly, I felt very lucky that I hadn't completely ruined the bed in the last months. Parentheses, moral of the story, ... If your little brother says, quote, go take care of the dishwasher, ... I'll set up the bed by myself, no problem. Make sure he doesn't discard half the screws and uses tie wraps instead because he finds it quicker. After checking my supplies, I found a bread bag with most of the screws and several other missing parts I never even knew existed. But in the end, I still came up short on a few of those long typical IKEA screws. Since the bed was over 10 years old and was no longer sold by IKEA, I feared I was screwed. Parentheses, yes, ... pun intended. Shame on me. But I decided to contact But I decided to contact them anyway to see if I could buy them somehow. I was very glad that all they needed was the amount of screws I needed and the screw ID number. I found this in a manual online, and they would send it to me free of charge. 5 days later, I received the screws in a gift bag with a complete customs declaration. Origin, Sweden. With them, I was able to fix my bed. And now do you know, ... It hasn't squeaked once since. Nice service.
Wow. Okay. Robert L. First of all, I think Robert L. might be the only person I've ever heard of that has a bed that lasts more than 10 years from IKEA. No offense.
From IKEA. I know.
I mean, I'm just shocked that he was able to make with the what did he call them? The tie wraps.
Yeah, I was wondering, what is a tie wrap? Is that like a zip tie?
I think he means a zip tie, right?
I don't know. I feel like, how do you get out of zip ties? I do want to, just before I forget, throughout the review, I have never in my life seen this many ellipses.
Oh.
I kind of actually want to count them, but also Robert interchanges spelling IKEA in all caps with just a capital I. So sometimes it's all caps IKEA and sometimes it's just IKEA, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Do you think there's like some sort of subliminal messaging there?
No, it's just odd. Like pick a side.
Pick a lane.
5, 6, 7. There's 7 uses of ellipses in this review.
That's a lot of ellipses.
That might
be an abuse.
I mean, it's a little ellipses. Also, I think Robert L. is like a comedy writer.
Yeah, I mean, I think Robert, first of all, I thought this was very funny at the top when he said the 3 times thing. There was a lot of personality oozing off of this.
Oh yeah.
I was getting a little bit of like a cocky white male vibe. I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
But with the winky face, although the kitty picture softens him a bit.
Yeah. But I was picturing Caucasian too. That's really
I thought it was funny when he was like 3 times in one night, which was like such a fun thing. And then he was like, actually, I lied. It was 2. He copped to the fact that it was the girlfriend. In a way that made me trust him more.
I hear you. It is interesting. This is similar to the Splash of the Boathouse review, where I do think that Robert is introducing this girlfriend character and we never
see her again.
Them again.
Yeah.
And it did make me think in a perverse way at the end, did the girlfriend break up with him? Because now the bed has never squeaked again.
I know. I thought about that as well. I did. I liked the word squeakish.
Squeakish.
I wrote that down. I thought that was a nice word invention from Robert. I've never really
squeakish.
Increasingly squeakish. I thought that was nice. I enjoyed that. What else?
A bread bag. I don't think I've ever used the phrase bread bag.
Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote bread bag. What do you think he meant by that? I would think for some reason a bread bag to me feels like a paper bag, where not like a Ziploc.
Yeah, in my mind, it's like a saran wrappy type bag that doesn't have any way to close it without a bread tie.
Oh, a bread bag. Oh, maybe actually a Wonder Bread bag.
No. Well, my first thought was literally Wonder Bread. That's literally the image. But then I was like, but who keeps that? So, but then what are these what is a bread bag? Maybe this is not an American. So maybe that might be part of it.
That's true. Yeah, maybe because the tie wraps and the bread bag. I feel there were some things that were coming up that I was like, I don't know if Robert just has his own language because of the whole squeakish thing. But I did notice a few times.
Do you think that Robert's brother is banging the girlfriend?
I mean, God, for Robert's sake, I hope not. You know,
No.
why? Did you get the vibe?
No, but I kind of like the little brother. The little brother seems very
The little-
mischievous.
Yeah.
Do you think that the little brother like was just like, I'll use these zip ties because like it's faster? Or like, do you think that he knew what he was doing?
I mean, maybe the little brother was like, I use this in my college and I use the zip ties and it worked just fine. Nobody keeps an IKEA bed for 10 years. I mean, let's think about the little brother if we just want to redeem his character for a moment. Whatever the little brother did with these tie wraps, as he called them, worked sufficiently enough for 10 years.
Well, I don't know if the brother installed it 10 years ago.
Well, who the heck did install it then?
But my understanding is like Robert had the bed,
Yeah.
then moved.
When did it say he moved?
Well, he says in the new.
Oh, it says he moved. I missed that.
Suddenly I felt like, did I make that up?
I think you did. I don't remember him ever saying anything about moving.
Wait.
Yeah,
wait,
you made
really?
it up. Mm-hmm.
Well, that is really crazy. Wait, this
Okay.
lasted for 10 years?
That's right, honey. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like so insane that whatever the brother did, regardless of whether or not he was trying to cut corners or not, they didn't fall out of, the falling out of the bed situation is new. Right? What, babe?
I'm really like, I thought he said that they moved.
Never moved, because if they moved, then he would have realized the tie wrap sooner. Like,
Because I was going to say, which now this is irrelevant, but I was going to say the little brother says, go take care of the dishwasher. I'll like set up the bed.
Yeah.
So my thought was like, who runs a load in the dishwasher when they're like moving into a new apartment?
Irrelevant.
I guess I totally made that up.
Yeah, you did. That's okay.
Do you
Point
think
is-
do you think that Robert has a sofa from IKEA too? Like that's where the girlfriend went to another IKEA product? Or do you think it's from like Jennifer Convertibles?
What do you mean the girlfriend? She's
No.
sleeping on the couch now?
No, I found it. It's
Oh.
right after Squeakish.
Oh,
Since
okay.
The bed had been increasingly squeakish ever since I moved from my old apartment.
Oh, well, he did say that.
I decided to check the screws to see if they were still all right.
Oh, he did not.
So did the little brother? So the little
but
brother.
that seems weird though, because
Because that's
usually-
why he says, I'm so lucky I hadn't completely ruined the bed in these last months. So he moved into the new apartment within the last few months. And
the brother
helped.
put it back together. Okay.
But like, for editing's sake, your point about how like it's working, what the little brother did is working, except he finds this bread bag with all these other pieces that Robert didn't even know ever existed.
Well, here now I'm confused, because maybe I'm giving the brother too much credit. Like, maybe what happened was we had the bed in location A.
Correct.
To move the bed from location A to location B, I would assume we got to undo all the screws.
Correct.
So the person that's moving him, let's say moving company, undoes the screws, undoes the screws, puts them in a bread bag
Mhm.
and hands them off. And then we got to go, I guess we move into a new apartment. We got to do the dishes. There's stuff to be done. The brother says, go ahead, do the dishes. I'll take it from here. And when the brother reinstalled it just a few months ago, he tried to cut some corners. Babe?
No, I think that the brother was setting the bed up 3 months ago when they moved in. And then last week, he fell through the bed.
I don't get it.
I think that he bought the bed 10 years ago. Robert
Yeah.
bought the bed 10 years ago.
Yes,
And then within the last year, had to move to a new apartment.
correct.
So it was disassembled,
Yeah.
moved. And then the
Yeah.
brother came over to help Robert set up his new apartment.
That's what I
So-
said.
So he sets up the new bed.
That's what I said. The old bed in the new apartment.
Right.
That's what I said.
Oh,
But he said it was a few months, right?
right.
Right.
I think it
So that's
took a few months before the
issue. Right.
zip
So a
ties
few
broke.
months ago. So I was giving the brother too much credit because I thought that his handiwork lasted 10 years, but it didn't. It actually just lasted 3 months. So like,
That's what I think.
yeah. So I think the brother just was trying to cut corners and
Maybe Robert was paying like, hey, help me set up the apartment. I'll buy pizza. And so they use plates rather than paper
Right.
plates.
because they're civilized and
so
they
then
believe in
Yeah.
conserving the environment.
go wash the dishes in the
Yeah.
dishwasher. I'll like do the ties out of right. I mean, I don't think the brother intended malice here. I like to think that he did not.
I think the brother is innocent, if not like maybe like a little ignorant to the necessities of putting together a bed.
I wonder how they like popped the little ties. I mean, that's so interesting. But
Well,
I guess
because
if the weight is in the center,
Yeah.
it's like causing right. That makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah. Do we think that?
I do appreciate that IKEA was like, sure, like I love that they have enough inventory to
Right.
know that each screw will have a screw ID and that they have them available and that they didn't even charge. That's so remarkable.
Yeah, that was nice. I think that actually happened to me once with IKEA. Like I needed just like a specific part and I was able to get it for free as a replacement. So I do think that that's a policy they have, which I appreciate.
I love that.
Anything else we need to go over before we crown this?
I mean, I feel like this is authentic.
Yeah.
I don't think if I was the grandmother, but if I was the little brother's significant other, I would hang this on the fridge because it's probably really funny.
Yeah. I mean, I think he did a good job. And I think that he wanted to share his amazing IKEA experience with the world. And he thought, what better place than Trustpilot to do so?
Yeah.
I'm ready to crown.
I think I'm ready to. All right, let's do it.
The queens are tabulating.
Ready?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah, I'm ready.
Total score.
Okay, interesting. That's what I was waffling between. I'm holding up 4 crowns. Trey's holding up 3.5. I'll go first. I gave 4 crowns because I thought, again, it was like funny, not hilarious, but other than that, I felt like he was hitting most of the notes for me. I thought he was being truthful. I thought he was being honest. I personally know that the policy he's talking about does exist. And so that's why I gave him 4 crowns, because I'm in a good mood today, I guess. Why did you do 3.5?
I did 3.5 because it aside from the humor at the very top, it just feels very middle of the road. The impact here is that I can sleep soundly, knowing that if something occurs with the screws, here is an example where someone 10 years later was able to get more.
Right. So there's information.
Right. But the like, it just felt very middle of the road to me. And the ellipses were a little like, but it was still entertaining.
Oh, the ellipses.
And I like the picture of the cat. So I did a half crown for that. So that's why I went with 3.5.
I love that. Also, we forgot to mention when he called himself out for his own pun. That was kind of funny.
Kind of funny. Kind of.
All right, Trey.
Shame on Robert.
What? Why shame on Robert?
That's what Robert says. Robert says shame on me.
Oh, shame on Robert. Yeah. For what? Yes. Good job, Trey.
Well, there we go. That was the 5-star.
That was the 5-star. What do we think about the 2 varying experiences at IKEA? Do we think they're both probably pretty common?
You know, I think what I've learned today is exactly what I came into this episode anticipating, is that I do think that IKEA is pretty quality.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason it exists like across the globe. And I think it's sort of like we have a yin and a yang here. We have both sides of the inventory not being kept up with the arms to the chair. And then here we have like screws from 10 years later. So I really feel like you just have to like be very, very like not committed to a timeline. I think you have to go to IKEA and like grab it yourself. And I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. I don't know. I think that I feel like what I've learned today is that IKEA is a solid company. That's why it exists around the globe. But you can have a negative experience just like any business because they really are dependent on so many tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces here and there. And the inventory can get screwed up. And I don't know. I think I'm going to continue to go to IKEA. What about you?
I think that what I've learned today is I'm not going to order from IKEA online. Like,
wait, really?
The end. Yeah. Like, I think that like, if I'm going to get an IKEA product, I'm going to go into the store and I'm only going to get it if it's in stock and they have it there and they can load it into the back of my car and I can drive off the lot with the item. I just think it's not worth the headache of ordering it online and then hoping that it doesn't get lost or something doesn't happen. Or even with, obviously in Brian's case, it wasn't even like he got it because it said it was going to be available at the store near him. So I don't even think you can do that. You just literally need to go to the store and pick up the items.
But
Otherwise,
from Brian S's lesson here is you have to check it before you put it in your car.
True. And
like,
check it before they put it in your car.
Yeah, you have to check. You have to verify.
You got to check it.
Because the alternative could be a nightmare.
Yeah, the alternative is likely a nightmare.
Hey.
Like a vault. Well, we did it. I know we've all been, anticipating this IKEA debate. And I hope you enjoyed it.
Have you ever had the meatballs?
I think years ago I had the meatballs. I'm not that big of a fan of sweet meatballs. I'm more of an Italian meatball kind of girl.
I've never had them. And I have been to the IKEA, in recent months, but because of COVID, I just sort of was like, I don't want to like eat here. Like, I don't want to, which is interesting, but no, I've never had them and they're so famous. But anyway, well, awesome.
They also have a very good, I think, like frozen yogurt. I think I've had that. It's delicious.
Oh, like
a
froyo.
Soft serve, like a froyo. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Like not like Costco has a good froyo, but they have a froyo too.
All right, IKEA,
go for the froyo and go for the items that are in stock. Skip the online business would be my advice.
I hear you. And I think what I've learned is really just to make sure you're leaving with what you've paid for.
Oh yeah. You better.
That's a good life lesson.
It is. Always.
All right, my queen. So we have reached the most regal portion of our show. Chelsey, who are you inducting for?
My Royal Highness.
Wow, I thought you'd never ask. I am so excited to induct today Cathy Heller. You can find her at Cathy.Heller on Instagram. You can find her. She's written a book called Don't Keep Your Day Job. She has a podcast with the same title. She's just one of the most amazing people I've ever had the pleasure of stumbling upon. Obviously, the title of her book suggests the direction of what she advises people. But if you've ever met anyone that just kind of puts you at ease and makes you feel like your best self is not as far away as you might fear it might be, that's Cathy. She does that for everyone who listens in to her amazing podcast. And she seems really mission driven in terms of authentically helping people. Like she really, really wants to help people fulfill their dreams. And I couldn't say enough great things about her. I wish we were friends. I guess if I had any complaint, it would be, I wish we were friends because she just seems like the most awesome person. And thanks, Cathy, for inspiring me and keeping me going. So you, Cathy Heller, are my Royal Highness. Please be my friend.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel.
How about you?
What's the character's name in the last 5 years?
Kathy.
But her last name is like.
Not Heller, I don't think. I mean, I don't know what. Oh, Kathy's also a songwriter, by the way. I missed that.
Oh,
Should I
really?
should I intro her better?
I don't think so. Do you
Okay.
want to try it one more time?
I guess. Sure, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So, Chelsey, who are you inducting for?
My Royal Highness.
Thank you for asking, Trey. Today, I'm inducting Kathy Heller. She is an entrepreneur, author, podcaster, mom times three kids. She has over 24 million podcast downloads. Like how?
Wow.
I don't even know. Just amazing. But the best thing about Kathy is her mission to teach people that you don't have to keep your day job, which is not a message you hear often. She has a book by that title. She also has a podcast by that title. I was the luckiest person in the world to just stumble across her, and I've learned so much from her. Her voice is so authentically true. And everything that she shares with us is so calming, because sometimes when you're trying to go after your dreams, you can feel like the space between where you are now and where you have to go is so long and arduous, and like, I don't even want to begin to engage with it. And for whatever reason, when you listen to Kathy, she just makes you feel like, yes, like it's happening. It's already happening. And I love her for that. And she's a superstar, and I just want to be her friend. So please be my friend. Follow her on Instagram at Kathy.Heller. And I know you'll benefit from everything she has to say, because she is a queen. And Kathy Heller, you are my Royal Highness. Love her.
You still didn't say that she was a singer.
She didn't say it on her Instagram thing. Whatever, it's fine. That's hilarious. Hi, Patreon. You know what? It's been a day. She's also a singer, and she has the most amazing songs at the end of her podcast episodes that she wrote and sings.
Oh my God, I love that.
An absolute star.
Oh, and
Oh
also
my-
the character in Last 5 Years, her name is Kathy Hyatt.
Up close. Wow, Trey. Who are you inducting for your Royal Highness?
My Royal Highness.
All right, so today I am inducting something not Swedish, but
Okay,
German.
sure.
All right, so today I'm inducting the Munich Animal Welfare Association,
Okay.
because I found this article. So this, I have to start over too.
What's happening?
I don't know. Okay, so today I am inducting something that's not Swedish, but is German.
Different.
Yes, it's different. And I am inducting the Munich Animal Welfare Association because I found this amazing article. So the Munich Animal Welfare Association decided to hire like a PR company to put their adoptable animals on Tinder.
What?
Yes. So they have like a photographer who like takes these really cute pictures of these animals, and people are swiping on the Tinder app and they see these beautiful little helpless animals that just want a forever home. And so they like
Wait.
hired someone to do it as like a creative way to get more eyes on these animals that need homes. And so like the article follows saying that they had like an inundation of like people calling to set up their first dates, and it's like totally working. So I just think that is such a queenly move, and how cute, and how like it probably like is like a huge smile boost to everyone that's on Tinder going through the motion. And you see the cute little cat or the sweet little guinea pig that like needs a home, you know? And so the article talks about this one cat that had like 17 like matches. And like 7
Wow.
people actually called and were like, I actually like would like to meet the cat. So I just thought that was so cute, so inventive, so wonderful. And so for that reason, the Munich Animal Welfare Association, you are my Royal Highness for this week. Congratulations.
Wow. Congratulations to that kitten or whatever it was that got more swipes and matches than I did. So
I mean, isn't that such a cute idea?
Listen, we got to be creative these days to get eyes on these animals that need rescuing. For whatever reason, when you first started talking about this organization, I was picturing more like exotic animals, like a zoo. So I thought
Like
that I'm
house cat.
scrolling and I'm looking for like an elephant or like a monkey or like
No, it's actual Tinder.
it's actual.
You're like going through looking at like
No, I
hot
understand that
men.
it's actually Tinder, but I thought that the organization for like was doing some sort of like had a sanctuary for these, you know what I mean? I don't know what I was thinking.
It's adoptable animals.
It's adoptable animals.
Ugh.
Got it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. We did it. We did it again. We got another round in the books. What do you think?
I think that's awesome. So thank you everyone for joining us today. If you like what you heard, tell a friend.
And if you didn't like what you heard, tell an enemy. If you want to lodge your own complaint, submit your own review, or share with the world who you would induct for My Royal Highness, leave us a voicemail at 850-REVIEW-0.
And you can follow us on all the socials at The Review Queens. And my handle is at Trey Gerrald. That's Gerald with a G, and it has 2 R's.
And my Instagram is at Chelsey with a Y, BD for now. I just say that so begrudgingly every week. But somebody, if you could help me get my name, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, you can become a member of the Royal Court by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/review that review. You can also watch live clips from our recording sessions on YouTube.
And remember,
I don't need to say that again. You can also watch live clips from our You can also watch live clips from our recording sessions on YouTube.
say it one more time.
You can also watch live clips from our recording sessions on YouTube.
And remember,
Ignore the haters. You're a queen.
gender non-specific queen.
It's true. Bye.
Bye. Swipe right on some kitties.
I don't know why that sounds weird to me. I don't know.
Review That Review is an independent podcast. Certain names have been redacted or changed to protect the guilty. Executive produced by Trey Gerrald and Chelsey Donn, with editing and sound design by Trey Gerrald. With voiceover talents by Eva Kaminsky, our cover art was designed by LogoVora, and our theme song was written by Joe Kinosian and sung by Natalie Weiss.
All right. Let's go out, men.
Meatballs.
All right.